Alright, Puck's time, baby.
Like, at least you know what's up.
Is this the best intro we've ever had?
Here comes a new challenger!
Seriously, it's like it actually is about time I reconfigure my Go XLR because I only got all these stupid samples that I've been using
getting a little older,
forever. Yeah.
I bet you have honestly, some of me saying stupid shit as well, don't you?
I should actually have more of Kai, and maybe even some of my own, because there are probably too many.
Wait, so you have a record button for Callum, but not for yourself? Or...
No, it's just like the
what
Pox
is
time.
this, dude?
The Pox time thing is so epic, right? I want to say it's probably one of the most epic things that Callum ever said. All right, Pox time,
totally.
baby.
That's definitely what everyone thinks. Yeah,
you know what's up, yeah.
I mean, nobody says, "All right, let's doomsday it up." Like that's not how it works, right?
No, that's not what you say when you play Doomsday. No,
let's stack my deck.
Don't you just like sacrifice a goat? You don't say anything. You just sacrifice.
You
Wasn't there like a time and standard where
you just bring like a random
goats?
goat to the table and just pretend that nothing happened?
Dude, seriously, like for $50, I can make a tribe in Masamara right now. Bosedi sacrifice a goat in your honor.
Oof.
Is this like when someone tried to buy loads of seances and get everyone to play at the thing? Like you buy loads of goats and make them sacrifice goats?
No, the thing is like the goat gets sacrificed, like gets killed anyway. But they basically, the idea is, hey, if we have like tourists around and they come to our village, we might as well charge them $50 and then we say we like ate that. Like if you go to McDonald's and eat a burger and then like there's somebody around from a place that doesn't eat McDonald's and you're like, hey, you just give me $5 and I will eat this burger in your honor, and like they actually pay for it. And I mean,
isn't that exactly what we do with our Patreons? Like we read out their names on every podcast episode.
Do we even?
So like it's like so close of like sacrificing a goat. We should actually do this like next time.
Are you saying we sacrifice the Patreon subscribers?
Should we like
sacrifice one of them?
Like it's a $50 tier, and then like I'm gonna talk to my guys in Namboseli and they will sacrifice a goat.
I feel like they get to sacrifice us though if they pay.
I don't even know where to get a goat.
I volunteer. Like you wouldn't know where to get a goat?
I generally
farm.
It generally
mountains.
Yeah, like
he lives in Berlin. There's no farms. I mean, there's no mountains.
Yeah,
there's swampland all around it.
But then like you don't randomly go to the mountains and grab a goat. You know that's probably not
you'll
how it
never
works.
catch one. Have you seen those ones on the side of mountains? They like stand on tiny bits of rocks and
that is so
around.
crazy. Yeah, like and they seem so chill all the time. And I'm always like, dude, like how is this chill?
I mean, you wouldn't be up there if you were like stressing out about it.
Oh, they're all Alex Honnold, and that's it.
Isn't it like because they're like addicted to salt and like they want to lick the salt from the mountainside? I'm pretty sure like salt is one of the biggest drivers of weird animal behavior in the world.
I've never heard that actually.
Yeah, that's also like with the elephants in Western Kenya who go into the Kivu cave, I believe this is where Ebola is from, and they just like they go down there because they're also addicted to salt, and they're like, oh, give me the salt.
I mean, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense.
Maybe they lick the cave deeper, so over like thousands of years. Anyway.
Apparently, I'm googling and it's to avoid predators. And nothing to do with salt.
Okay. Whoopsies.
Close
enough. The natural predators who are humans, I assume, right? Because we're going to sacrifice them.
Cougars.
Like we have B-250 bombers or whatever it's called. Like if we really wanted to kill those guys, like they wouldn't stand a chance.
That's not a sacrifice, though, is it?
Yeah, we label it a sacrifice, but like in the end, you just want to eat it.
By the way, who do you think the patrons would sacrifice first out of us three?
Oh, like. I mean, the person who sucks the most at magic. No.
Okay, it makes sense. Fine.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll
Sorry,
be ready next week then. Yeah. I'm gonna get on my clothes
you
now.
Volunteer.
Okay. I'm gonna lay down on the table right now.
Do you actually have an Eternal Weekend top 8?
I don't think so. No, Eternal. No, not in the. I think I have a top 16. Oh, so. Yeah, I have a top 16 in the man, that was the one in 2018. I played the one in Yokohama, and like it's still like a kind of like a tragic story because like I was one of the two last undefeated players, and then I screwed it up like twice in a row and finished like 15th or 16th or so. Like it really bumped me out that day, but I had a crazy cool run with Ad Nauseam Tendrils with Days, of course. yeah, didn't get a painting. Didn't really get anything, but I had a good time regardless.
Are you gonna be the one doing the painting for this year's Eternal Weekend? I saw some people mention that there's gonna be a painting again.
I think so. Yeah. I
you think so? Like you haven't been contacted yet?
I don't. Actually, I don't
you
know.
Just assume, like people are gonna come to you, right? Who else is gonna
Depends who wins.
I'm gonna take.
I could do one of those.
I'm gonna take some brushes with me. Yeah.
The thing is, like, I was recently like, I was at my best friend's place, and I talked about because he has a child. Actually, he has two children now, and I talked about like how I try to draw stuff with my nieces who are like 6 years old and 8 years old, and it's just like it looks terrible when I draw. And then his wife showed me something he drew. Like he drew some kind of, I think, a lion. And I look at that lion, like, and I went to school with that guy. And I know we both suck horribly at art and drawing and anything to do with like putting stuff on a piece of paper that's not words. And I look at that lion and I look at her and I say, like, he got that from a YouTube tutorial. And she's like, how do you know? I'm like, there's no way he can draw like that. It's just like impossible. Kai, when did you realize that you actually have a talent?
When I was at school, like I was a pretty average student, I think. Like I wasn't particularly good at really anything. Yeah, but whenever I had an exam, I pretty much like finished pretty early, within the first half of the time limit.
Within the first half.
Yeah, and then like I had like so much extra time because I couldn't really answer all the questions. So I flipped the paper and I started drawing on the paper instead. Yeah, didn't get any extra points, but yeah, at least my exams were all mediocre.
Okay. Callum, what are your drawing skills? Like not magic drawing skills, but
See, I'm weirdly in the middle where I don't consider myself artistic at all, but I play in a band and I paint lots of Warhammer models. So there's something, but
you also like to come up with like rogue decks and stuff.
I used to.
It's just kind of like an art.
Definitely. Dude, painting Warhammer, like those guys, like they take it really seriously. I think. I watched a couple of like videos and tutorials and stuff, but
I mean,
there goes just so much into this, right?
Yeah, you do tons of layers and highlights and different shades and stuff. And when I first started doing it, I was like watching people just kind of take a model in their hand and just start putting paint on. And like, it's like, well, how do you know what to do? Where's all the bits? Like, what colors are you choosing? What's going on? And now I can just pick up models and just start painting them. Like, not have to think about it very much.
It's just in the flow.
Yeah, so you do learn things as you do it.
Isn't there even like a competition? I think there's a competition in Warhammer, right? Like, besides the actual game, I think there's like a painting competition too.
Called Golden Demon.
Golden Demon, dude.
Golden Demon. So like,
badass.
It's so hard to win a Golden Demon. And then at every single Golden Demon event, there's a few a year, you can then be the winner of like every category. So each category will be like a vehicle or like a hero or a sculpture or something. And then the one winner from every category wins a huge fucking sword called the Slayer Sword. And that it's like a lifetime achievement for these people. Like they will try it for 15, 20 years.
Holy shit.
The winners are just like completely out of this world.
And is it going to be like judged by professional judges, or is it like voted on, or how does it work?
Yeah, they have their judges and stuff.
Oh,
like
gotcha.
Similar people, they'll be. I think there's usually like a European one, an American one, in different places and stuff. Like I've seen the displays a few times at tournaments as well. They'll have them next to a convention or something, and I mean the standard is just out of this world. And you need to like be nominated to get through to the next day, where the judges then look again in more detail. And
there's a day 2 for painting.
Yeah, it's
dude, that's so cool though.
I would go as far as saying the painting side of Warhammer is bigger than like playing games and tournament and stuff.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
So do these people actually make like big bank if they get like
it's just purely you did it.
No. I mean like when you pay them to paint your own miniatures and stuff.
Oh, to pay these people, it would be just so many thousands. I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, people must be doing it, right?
Is that even a thing? Like to give your army to someone else to paint it?
Yeah, it's huge. Commission painting.
Oh, wow.
You should look into it. You can make a lot of money off it. I mean,
interesting.
I say that like to commission paint an army is expensive. Like it'll be a few €1,000s or something at least. But the thing is, painting these things takes ages. So I don't know.
Wasn't it Kinda who had like this minion army or something?
Yeah, but he did them himself.
Yeah, but maybe one day.
Yeah. I mean, like when you sum it up in how many hours you spent on it, it's never going to really reach like more than minimum wage unless you're incredibly talented and have like a big Instagram and you're very well known or something. Like I've got huge models I've spent 30 hours on, and I sold one on eBay like for 250, 300 euros, I guess, because it was well painted and stuff, but it's still for the hours put into it, it's not worth it. But
so I guess the idea is if it's like a hobby, and then I guess you get something on top of it if you sell it, but it's not the whole idea.
To make money in Warhammer in any capacity is just incredibly hard. The only way is really content creation.
Okay, actually, so who makes? By the way, we are a Magic the Gathering Legacy Eternal podcast. Who makes the most money in Warhammer period, other than Games Workshop and like retailers?
It's going to be a painter of some kind. I don't follow them that much, but it'll be a YouTube channel. There's one called Travarian, he's pretty big. He's like he's been doing it forever. Probably him or some painting channel on YouTube, I'm sure. Mm-hmm. There are like competitive focused channels where you pay like $150 and you're part of a small course where they teach you all the things and how to play and stuff.
It always comes down to YouTube.
Yeah, I mean these things are their own websites and stuff, but the market for these kind of things is just so much smaller than people wanting to paint.
When I think about it, like some friends of mine, they had some insane alterations done. Who's the name of that guy again? Who does like these super insane alterations?
Like Eric Klug, I think.
No,
dude, he's the goat. Like
he is.
Is he?
I think he's like, yeah. That's like because of him. I don't think like what's it called, like the Golden Axe.
Yeah, Sword.
It wouldn't work in Magic because Eric is already there.
Yeah, he is the one.
He is the dude.
But there's one who does these foil alterations, and he also can turn your Fossil into like a Japanese foil old frame Fossil.
Oh, Scourge altars.
Scourge, yeah, Scourge. That's the one. I think my friend, I wanna say, paid like a couple $1,000s for that.
Holy fucking shit, dude! I mean, at the end of the day, it's like a lifestyle, right? It's a hobby, and I don't know. It's kind of similar to like people customizing the cars and other stuff. So
yeah,
cars.
Like car was like maybe like a stupid example, but like you know what I mean, right? Like if you're like into skateboards. I mean,
West Coast Customs for Magic cards, that would work. You guys watched that, right? Back in the day.
No.
Oh, Kai, help me out. You watched West Coast Customs.
Dude, I'm not old enough.
Like Pimp My Ride, Exhibit, hello?
Oh, I think so.
I kind of rings a bell, though.
Are you guys fucking kidding me, chat? We don't even have a chat. Fuck it. This is why we need a chat. Like, I need people to help me out. Like, what the fuck? Like, how are we supposed to meet here? You guys... West Coast Customs, yeah, it was like all fake as it turned out later.
Oh. No, like, I shouldn't watch that much TV when I was younger.
I'm dying out here, seriously.
Wait. Pimp My Car. I know Pimp My Car.
Ride. Pimp My Car.
Pimp My Ride?
Yeah, I know that.
Okay.
You did.
I guess it's the same thing. Fine.
Okay.
But I mean, end of the day, this thing, there's so many things people spend their money on that like is just a hobby or something they like. Magic is the same thing, right? So
I think a big part of it is people spend money. Like once you get to a certain threshold of income, right? Below that, you don't do that.
Yeah.
But once you get to a certain threshold of income, one of the to many people most valuable things is stuff that makes you more unique, like express yourself and stuff, like whether it's like clothing or I don't know, your hobby stuff, materials that you need, or I don't know, the holidays you go on, I guess you don't necessarily want a very unique relationship, like if it means it's totally fucked up.
Here's a unique holiday as well. Like, no, I should want something normal.
No, never mind. I know what you mean.
I just want to go to Kenya again.
Dude, don't go to Nairobi right now. Like all of Nairobi has been on lockdown. I've been like receiving daily reports about like it's actually almost gonna be fine soon. So yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, like there's a national holiday today of rioting, and so people riot and like fight against the government and stuff.
Holy shit!
It was like 35 years ago or something. Like they basically dismantled the government, and then ever since then, this is basically the national riot. It's basically like the 1st of May in Berlin.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, because it's total war on May 1st. Yeah,
May 1st in Berlin is like insane. Like if you have a car outside, and I don't know.
Yeah, you should get that car out of the city,
especially if it's like a Porsche or something.
It's like a weird mix of like riots, war, and like raves. at the same time. And you have like
That's a perfect way to put it.
And you have like every 100 meters, there's like another rave with another, I want to say 300-400 people, you know. It's insane. It's like insanely loud. I personally like it because it's like the Wild West and you really don't know where you're going. Like, you know.
Do you have like 1 minute to find out whether it's like a rave or a riot? Otherwise,
because like a rave can technically also turn into a riot, right? Like it's
or a riot turn into a rave.
Yeah, dude. I've never seen this many like police guards like at the same time. It looked kind of crazy to me, and it happens every single year, you know.
I mean,
that's
it's
why
tradition, right?
Yep.
Yeah, every first of May we set the middle of Berlin on fire and then we dance on it and like rave out and everything.
So if you're listening to this and you like wars and stuff and riots, then and you like me, then you can definitely come over to Berlin on 1st May. And
Kai is gonna be your guide.
I will see you. Yeah, I will see you in the crowd somewhere.
We're gonna make that a Patreon tier.
I will see you in the pit, boys.
And if you don't know where that is, you'll have to subscribe.
It's gonna be like one
stream.
of those 10,000 pits. Yeah.
By the way, hello and welcome to Everyday Turn number 193, your favorite, most deceptively named bi-weekly legacy podcast. By now, I sometimes feel like the most deceptively named part is not about the everyday, but about the legacy podcast. Like looking at the clock right now.
Everyone, I swear to God, I don't actually put Warhammer stuff in the show notes. They just ask me questions.
You actually you took control of the show notes. Yeah, that's true. What actually is in the show notes? By the way, if you want to support the running of the show directly, you can support us on patreon.com/everydayeternal. Callum, take us away. Actually, what is in the show notes for today?
Well, while you read it, I can just tell you about how I've been doing. I'm now in my...
you know, like our friendship is beyond that part where we actually have to like ask how everybody's doing because we can already tell.
No, I know. I'm joking.
No, actually, I'm horrible. Okay.
We all hate each other, actually.
Right. I had somebody like... anyway, you go first.
I'm in this weird limbo that I've never been in my life before, where I was made redundant from my work recently, but it's all a good thing. I'm going back to study and stuff. I think I might have mentioned this before. I can't remember. But I've got like a few weeks just applying for jobs and kind of time off, and it's summer and I live by the beach. So I'm just like feeling really guilty. I'm just sitting on the beach all day, just like, wow, I just don't want to work ever again. This is so nice.
Dude, I think you're doing absolutely right, dude. Like people should chill more often.
So today I was just like chilling on the beach, going for a swim. Like, God, why don't people do this more often? It's like, oh yeah, you have to work. It'll come crashing down very soon. I've got my first interview with you tomorrow, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's me. I'm like kind of a mix of super, super chilled because I'm sitting on the beach a lot, but really stressed because I need to get shit together and stuff. So it's
how many interviews have you actually sat through in your work life?
Me, literally one, which is my last job. This is why it's a bit like I'm unsure because my work life, I've been working. I didn't go to university, so I've just been working since I was like a teenager, and it's always been getting a job based on word of mouth. And so this last one, I'd already kind of got the job because I knew someone that was working there already. So I've not really ever had to do a proper CV or a proper interview. So it's a brand new world for little old Callum.
Ooh.
Are you going to show up in a suit?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
I do.
But why is that surprising, dude? You don't have one?
No, I didn't have one. Like I had to buy.
You don't have a suit?
Yeah, well, I had to buy my first one for the wedding because people told me I had to wear one for the wedding. But
okay.
Yeah.
On that note, I got my suit out a couple of days ago to check it all still fits and stuff. And I took out a wedding slip from 2017. So I haven't worn it for 8 years, but it still fits. So
might be a little tight.
It fits, luckily.
Okay.
But yeah, I got it for a wedding, and I guess I've been to other ones and just chill. But I'm also going to Italy for a wedding in 2 weeks, so it's getting double use this month.
you gotta get some video out of this, right?
Going to Lake Como for a wedding, which should be pretty nice this time of year.
Oh, like Lake Como right now?
Yeah.
Holy shit! Like that's my dream place to
not
own.
Como, Maggiore, but still lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
My two friends getting married. They live like a 2-minute walk from the lake, so they're getting married around there.
Holy shit! Dude.
It's gonna
you
be
should
nice.
Invite us. Like let us be your +2.
I'm going to tell them about you guys. They're like, Callum, you got -2.
Okay.
-2. That's a positive.
Yeah.
It cancels out, right? I was gonna bring you, but now I don't.
Yeah. How about you guys, Kai? What you been up to? Or
Yeah,
Julian?
dude, I just came back from like a 1 week vacation in the south part of Germany.
Nice.
I went to Regensburg. It's like in between Munich and
I
Nuremberg.
knew it was Regensburg. I saw it in your Instagram.
Yeah,
and I was
dude.
like, this must be Regensburg.
So I went there for a week, and that's like where I went to like elementary school, middle school, and stuff. And that's also like where I started playing Magic, right, when I was like 10, 11 years old. And so we arrived at our Airbnb, and it was like literally 60 seconds away from the LGS in Regensburg. So I went there. Like that was like the first thing I did, right? I went to the LGS, and
Nerd.
the moment I went to the shop, it's like this super beautiful old Roman city, right? Beautiful. And the moment I stepped in the store, the boss of the store was already there. He looked at me and he's like, Kai? I was like, yeah,
Long lost
dude.
son.
I did my first like school internship thing 20 years ago.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
That's cute.
In that store?
Isn't that crazy? Like, yeah. So in German school, like I think in 9th or 10th grade, you have to do like an internship, like a week internship. It can be anywhere. You can go to, I don't know, like to the local bank or really any company, right?
Same for me.
To do stuff. Yeah. And then I was like, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I asked the local game store if they wanted to have some help and if I can help out and yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
also
just
get
played all
a
day.
visit from one of your teachers?
What do you mean? Oh shit, maybe so. So they announced that they're gonna check a couple of places, but I don't think they came to our LGS. I don't think so, because they didn't even know what Magic is. But back then it was so cool, dude. Like I had like so much extra time too. Like I was mostly busy like doing like the cashier and like cleaning the store and stuff like that. But I also had enough time to talk to people about like building Magic decks and stuff. And like I think I had this one guy who really wanted to like build like blue-green madness deck, I think, with like Aquamoeba and Wild Mongrel and stuff. And we had an intense afternoon, deck building and doing stuff like that. Yeah, and surprise, surprise, I worked at Tokyo MTG for almost 7 years later, and
We gotta make it an incentive for the Patreons. I fucking want to bring back, you know exactly what I want to bring back, right?
yeah.
Kai Guy MTG. Fuck,
Oh,
we need that
dude,
back so badly.
that was another thing. Holy
I
shit,
loved
yeah.
that. Like I watched every episode of that. I was really, really dedicated to like getting into that whole Kai Guy MTG YouTube lifestyle, and then it
No,
just ended.
Yeah, that was a really fun episode, definitely.
Like one, you did like more than one, right?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Like, did I?
Oh, you mean like episode in your life or something?
Yeah, right. Like it was like I don't know, like 30 or 40 episodes or something like that. But like it was like this like 10-minute YouTube series where I talked about like Magic in Japan and like the differences and stuff that just happens in an LGS, right? Because a lot of people don't know what happens behind the scenes. So that was kind of cool. And then the Enter the Battlefield guys from the US that came over to Japan, and they contacted the store and they got in contact with me, and then we did like an episode for them, and it was a lot of fun.
Was that the Walking the Plains thing?
I
love that.
I think it was
Nate?
called
Yeah.
Enter the Battlefield. I don't know, dude. Like they had like a series of like
Yeah, there
really
was like
high
a couple of
quality
like famous players and Kai and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, they had some shots in Haruya too, and yeah, I think it was a really good advertisement, and it got a lot of foreign people also to go visit Japan, right?
Have you ever considered doing like that kind of content, but for Japanese people, like doing content from Germany?
Oh,
in
like
Japanese?
reverse?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Maybe.
I don't know if
haven't
that's your audience. Like, have you ever looked at your audience on YouTube? It's probably like not necessarily a lot of Japanese people, but I guess some, because you also like you sometimes answer in Japanese on your Twitch streams.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like most Japanese Magic players don't speak English, and my streams are mostly English, and also my humor and my personality is like more English-ish than Japanese, I would say.
Yeah.
So, and I like at the same time, I don't know how big the interest is for Japanese players to. I guess it's there, but yeah, I haven't really thought about it. But the but all the like Australian Magic players and like and the Europeans and the Americans, like they were so interested in like what's going on in Japan, because Japan has such an intense Magic scene and not a lot of people know about this, right? Because it's like it's an island and they have their own meta game and their deck list look crazy and they have so many tournaments and stuff. So it was
I mean, that's a joke, right? When you see a deck list and there's like a couple of 2-offs, a 1-off, then like a card that should be a 4-off, like a 3-off, you realize, oh, this must be some, Japanese list.
Right. So if I do like a German episode, like what should I say, dude? Like, so we play Magic.
We play 4.
Yeah, and then we eat sauerkraut and call it a day, or what? That's an ordinary episode.
You put on some lederhosen in Berlin, which totally doesn't make sense, and then
and that's how everyone dresses up before a tournament.
we should have some kind of, honestly, like if I owned a lederhosen, like actually my boss was super disappointed that I don't have a lederhosen when we went to Oktoberfest last year. Like we should get a couple of people in lederhosen and then have them hang out in Berlin at some place and play a tournament and be like super German about it, but like also serious, and film it and release it as like a documentary, and then you do like the Japanese voiceover, and then we put some Japanese lounge music on it and make it seem like really real. Then we have like the closing credits and we put like 500 people there, so it looks like a proper production.
Yeah, and this is how it really goes down in Germany.
Walking the plains, walking Berlin. I don't know, something.
Do you know what though? Like, you just reminded me. Like, so there was this guy in Tokyo, who used instead of a play mat, that guy used like this mat you used to roll like maki sushi. You know what I mean? Like the bamboo mat.
Yeah.
And he used that instead of a play mat. And it looked so cool, but it was so uncomfortable and so shitty for gameplay because you couldn't really tap anything.
Yeah, like it gets like it gets stuck and everything. That's horrible. I guess you could put some, I don't know, plastic over it or something. Anyway, yeah.
It was really shitty. Yeah, it was like one of those ideas.
You gotta play a deck where you don't tap anything. Like, what would that be?
Not stasis.
Yeah, stasis is good. Stasis is a good call. I was gonna say like maybe a deck where you don't have permanence like at all.
I mean, permanence is fine. They just can't tap.
You've got to use like Lion's Eye Diamond and Lotus Petals and stuff to like cast creatures with vigilance.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, or like Tinkerball, right? Like, yeah, you don't have to tap that.
By the way, here, professional quiz: Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, Black Lotus. Which one of those needs to be tapped and which one of those don't tap?
Lotus Petal.
I know you don't have to tap Lion's Eye Diamond. I think I'm pretty sure on that. Because I've never seen someone tap an LED. And I think that looks pretty fucking stupid.
I've tapped LED tons of times to Ursa.
You probably have also never seen somebody tap like honestly, like people tapping fetch lands. That's just like the most brain dead thing I can ever imagine.
Yeah, you only see this in Commander though. Like in Commander, people tap their fetch lands.
It drives me so crazy. I don't know why. It's so irrational. But every time someone does it, it completely throws me off. It's just like, what are you doing? Dude?
What are you doing? Yeah.
But how do you have all this extra time in your life?
Yeah. But so, like I'm not sure. I think Lotus Petal and Black Lotus are similar, right? Because like Lotus Petal is a third of a Lotus.
Yeah, that's my answer too.
So I would assume that you either tap both of them or you don't tap any of them.
No, that's not my answer. You tap them.
Yeah. Oh, you tap them. Yeah. So yeah, it's like the one or the other. But I would say that you don't tap LED, but you do tap the other two.
That's correct.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you.
You know, also like funniest thing, I believe I've seen that at a GP. During your upkeep, fire ice your LED. The other guy is like, oh no!
You got me.
Oh, that's sick though. I
mean,
yeah.
That could be like I've Pithing Needled Lion's Eye Diamond multiple times because I know it doesn't do anything, but you hope that your opponent, I mean, if it's your only play, you give it a go.
I've seen matches lost because the other guy didn't realize that like Pithing Needle on Peacekeeper doesn't do anything.
What do you mean? Like
Peacekeeper, you have to pay the upkeep every upkeep, right? Yeah. Like it's a triggered ability, and the other guy like needled it, and then he was like, okay, then I have to sacrifice, I guess.
I had such a brilliant Pithing Needle game recently where I played against a lands player, I think, that played a Pithing Needle and 2 flutes, and I was playing goblins. So they were on the play in the blind, so they obviously looked up my name on MTG Goldfish and see that I play Painter mostly. So they played turn 1 Pithing Needle and named Goblin Welder. So I played an Ignoble Hierarch. And then they Wasteland me. I played like a 2 mana 2/1 Seer Slice Goblin or something. So then they play Flute turn 2 naming Krenko Goblin Mob Boss or something. Which is not in the deck at all. And then I think I played another Goblin, like an Aether or something as well. And then they went back to Goblin Engineer for the next bit as well. so they had 3 needles with none of the cards in my deck.
I respect them
really
though.
That's so
I mean,
true.
the only reason I like to laugh at it because they goldfished me and it was really wrong, which I always like that justice.
Right. Yeah, maybe it's correct to not play the best versions possible, like, but play the second best version so they can't needle you. Maybe I should cut all my Dark Rituals, replace them with like Culling the Weak or something. I don't know.
Dude, that's potentially actually better. Imagine if your opponent is like playing Forbidden Orchard and then you have Culling the Weak in your deck. You're like, oh.
Yeah, I need my opponent to cooperate a little bit, otherwise my deck doesn't work.
You put it like in the sideboard if they have like stuff like that, you know?
Oh yeah, against Orchard decks. Yeah.
Yeah, or like Swan Song and stuff. Like, yeah, we got them.
Oath of Druids is still banned, right? Just checking.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It would slap so hard though. Actually, you know what? I actually wouldn't mind if Legacy had Oath of Druids in it. Because you have so many good answers.
I don't think it would be too good. It would be just really unfun warping on the format. Like, creatures just get so much worse.
Actually, now that you I think we're going to talk about this in a moment anyway. But I honestly think maybe Oath of Druids wouldn't be all that crazier than what we already have going on in Legacy combo-wise.
I agree. Yeah.
Right? Because, like, yeah, the Oath itself doesn't really do much, right? Like, you need
the Oath itself is a combo in itself, almost.
Kind of. Yeah, I mean, you need your opponent to play creatures.
Yeah, but we can help with that.
We're currently in like a 56% combo metagame, so...
Right. Yeah.
It probably is. It's very, very close. It could be too good still. But...
So you're saying like we're getting to a point where like Claws of Chicks could actually be a sideboard card? There's probably like 10 cards that are better than that by now, but that's the one I remember.
Culling the Weak's even better because it's a part of the cost of the spell. They can't counter
and then you can cast Griselbrand, and then your opponent gets Griselbrand of Oath. And would you even get Griselbrand? Dude, I don't even want to.
No, you just get Atraxa.
Yeah.
Stupid Atraxa.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the BNR?
Yeah, something happened last week.
Yeah, I mean, like nothing.
Actually,
happened.
I was gonna say,
the thing,
did it
right?
really though? Like if a tree falls in the wood, did the Pope really shit in it or something?
So, for anyone, just in case you're living under a rock and sleeping under a rock and Atrax has put you to sleep and you're just still sleeping, we did get a BNR on June 30th, so a week ago or so, and we got no changes for Legacy. It was kind of, I think it was the first BNR we were going into where there was a real feeling of uncertainty. Like the last few, we've been like, Psychic Frog was kind of on the cards and Grief was before that, but they were all like a whole banning cycle behind it. This one, people thought something might happen. I felt like there was a higher chance of something happening than not, but I felt like it was complete uncertainty, and that seemed the gist of things. There was, I felt like, apart from there was lots of posts on Reddit about bans and stuff, as there always is, but I felt like I was seeing less talk and hype of this BNR as well. So, did you guys?
Could be a good or a bad thing? Like, do people like stop caring about it, or was it just like not enough to actually like move the needle?
I think it was the uncertainty, like, and also a bit of fatigue and a bit of numbness to it as well, a bit of all these things. So, yeah, like I think people were hoping / expecting potentially Reanimator and Tomb Goes because they've hit Reanimator a bunch of times already, and then they were kind of Oops was on the mind because they had called Oops, especially in the last one, saying we're keeping an eye on this deck, and there's a good chance that like Under City Informer and Balustrade Spy would go as well. And you know what? We've got some information that they might as well down the line, but right now we're in this kind of like we're just going to wait and see. But we're with this for the next few events and stuff. So yeah, we're not going to like dwell on whether it's a good or bad BNR too much because I think most of you are probably sick of that already. Within a week, there's a lot of talk about it already out there, and a lot of content about
so what are we going to talk about?
Well, first of all, the next announcement date I think is quite.
I was super ready to just say this is bullshit. We need less combo on Legacy, but I mean, yeah.
Do you want to go into it?
No. I mean, I've made my point pretty clear over the years. For a very long time, I thought like Control was way too good, And now for a very long time, I've been thinking combo is like way too good. It has only ever been like overshadowed by like when miracles and that kind of stuff was a thing. But I honestly believe, and I guess that's just like the bigger picture, not this single ban announcement, is that combo and legacy was at a good point like 10 years ago. Like actually less than 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, it's gotten better and better and better, and has ever so slightly, or sometimes even like in big steps, eroded gameplay quality. And I want to go back to a point where we have better gameplay.
Yeah, I
totally agree.
I agree with that, but at the same time,
you,
it's too far back. It's too nostalgic, and like this.
We can build a better society again. Come on,
I agree, we could, but
you should free us from I don't know the chains that are weighing us down and
Mephistopheles chains.
Yeah, there's a specter haunting legacy.
There's just it's too many years and too many new cards to kind of go back to a Rock School Monk being good
reactionist. Actually, I'm kind of reactionist on this.
But it's okay. I think we've tried to steer away from kind of complaining about things, but I think our feelings are pretty well known at this point. Like, I'm pretty sick of Reanimator, but
fuck that.
Yeah,
we got it for a bit longer.
I mean, I guess that's the flavor of Reanimator. Like, you're not supposed to like Reanimator. Like, nobody should like go into a match and be like, "Oh yes, Reanimator, this is what I've been waiting for." But that should be more like about, oh, they do powerful stuff, and not like they do powerful stuff and I lose. Like, there's allowed to do stupid powerful stuff and put like, I don't know, Thraximundar into play and Verdant Force and everything, and then you bounce it with Echoing Truth, and then we go back to playing pre-modern. I don't know.
I mean, if it was just reanimating Archon and Traxa, the format can beat that. It's fine, but it's the fact that I've seen so many screenshots of Matt Vuk Ozymandias yesterday. He top 8'd the Showcase Challenge, and he sent us a screenshot of him ultimating his Tameo with 3 forces in hand, while he knows the opponent has like 2 surgicals and something else in their hand. Like, that's what's so hard to play around. It's been the same since like Grief was in the deck as well. It has this like fair pivot, and you need to be prepared for both, and both are so efficient and so good. So it's the same as it has been for the last 2 years, and people are kind of exhausted of it, I think. But on that note, so we'll get back to what I thought was really important to highlight for people, though, is the next announcement date. So they've said the next BNR will be November the 24th. So first of all, that is ages away. How long is that? July?
That's like
5 months?
5 months or so.
Yeah. So usually it's been like 3-ish months between them, which I think is a nice amount of time to have. It's like, 2 quarterly ones, but 5 months is a pretty long time. I've already seen a lot of people saying they're just going to stop playing until something happens. I think that could be just a kind of, there's not that many people actually going to stop playing, but they're just announcing the departure from the airport. Goodbye, everyone. But what's very important about November 24th is it falls right between the EU and US Eternal Weekends. So
diabolic laughter.
yeah. So the American one, I think I've got it the right way around. The American one is like just before it, a week before it, and then the European Eternal Weekend is like 3 days after this next announcement date. So that's terrible for a lot of reasons. First of all, it's like separating the 2 Eternal Weekends. So if something did happen, then we've got different metagames for the 2 Eternal Weekends, which is pretty bad. And then I don't think anything would happen, because that's the reason that you shouldn't do anything, because you're between Eternal Weekends and you're in the middle of the biggest events. So it must just be very bad scheduling. And I just want to jump ahead to the show notes where they did a follow-up Twitch stream, and they said that, we're going to look at this. So they said when the time of the next announcement is brought up, they say, we'll discuss some timing stuff. So,
so they actually... Is that like a regular thing now, just to slow you down there,
yeah,
where they announce stuff and then they explain it on Twitch?
Yes, they've been doing this for quite a while.
Because I've seen it a couple of times, but I wasn't aware that this is like an extra scheduled thing that they do every time.
Yeah, I don't know like when it started, but it's definitely been going on for a while.
Mm-hmm. So, and they also specifically addressed Legacy, like because like there was like this whole, I don't know, they nuked Standard out of the orbit as is tradition, I guess.
yeah. No, I mean, these streams are good. They answer a lot of chat questions and stuff, and they do highlight things. So I like that they do it. They're pretty upfront about things. I think over time, as they've gone on, I think the first ones are a bit held back and reserved, but I've been impressed by how their willingness to just answer questions from chat, whether they actually give an answer or not, but they bring it up and it's asked, which is nice. So, quoting, we'll discuss some timing stuff. I have no idea if that means they'll change the date of the next announcement, or if they will do like maybe they'll address Legacy before Eternal Weekends if the format continues to look pretty poor. It could mean either. It could mean something else. We just don't know. I'm just completely guessing here, but be prepared for potentially just nothing in November as well. So it's like if the date sticks. So
yeah, it's a little bit tricky for us Europeans, right? Because like you kind of need to build 2 decks up front, like one for the case that nothing happens, and then another deck list that's like maybe after a potential reanimator ban or whatever.
Like honestly, like if we sorry to interrupt you there, if we actually got to a point where people playing blue-black reanimator would actually do that in significant numbers, then the deck needs to be instantly banned. Like if we get to a point where people like really heavily anticipate a ban to the point where they like prepare a second deck list and maybe even test it and stuff, like no, like this is not the reality we should be living in.
But that's because of the announcement date.
Yeah, I know, but like I don't think anybody would, like very, very few people would actually do that. But if they did, then we like have a real big problem at our hands. When even the people playing the deck like anticipate a ban so much that they would put in the extra work.
Well,
then I think it needs to be banned so hard.
I think a lot of them expected this announcement anyway.
I think it was like, honestly, I think this announcement was like 2 months too early. Because the vibe that I've been getting is that, yes, we want something, but the most recent change was like recent. So, like, basically what they said in the announcement, right, is just like, we're not quite there yet, even though they've been dancing around it. And I feel like 2 months from now, they might have actually, like, interfered.
Yeah, I can agree with that. It'd be nice to have.
So, sorry, Kai, to interrupt you there, you wanted to say something.
No, that's totally like possible, right? But like we had this situation in the past, I think, where like I don't know, during Dig Through Time, like everyone was aware that Dig Through Time was like way too powerful, and like the Tempo decks played it, the Miracle decks played it, and the Omnitel decks played it, right? And we were basically waiting until they dropped the hammer basically on that card. And we are at a very similar point right now where like we all know that the best deck is insanely powerful, and like if they, let's say like if they ban Entomb, for example, after the first Eternal Weekend, dude, I couldn't even tell what's the new meta game, what it's gonna look like. I have no idea. Like,
but that's the beauty of it, right?
Yeah, I like that because it's really exciting, but. I think a lot of preparations goes into this, right? If you want to make a proper deck for the event in Europe, so
you're very optimistic about the level of preparation people put into Eternal Weekend.
Yeah, like I know, like I saw, like when I saw the announcement, like the first thing I thought was, okay, so we are basically stuck in this meta game for the next couple of months. So I think what I'm gonna do is probably put Graveyard Hate into the main deck. It's not too crazy. Like we've had that before, where we played Pyroblast in the main deck, and similar to that, we can also play, I don't know, like probably not Surgical or Fairy Macabre, but like Leyline of the Void in like Helm decks is totally legit. Nihil Spellbomb is fine, I think.
I think we've been there a couple of episodes ago, and then I asked you, like, do you really see yourself winning Eternal Weekend with like Helm Leyline?
Dude, my one of my buddies, like from Berlin, like he wasn't even that into Legacy, but he was like 7-1 at some point at the Eternal Weekend last year with Mono Black Helm, and like he faced so much Reanimator, and I'm not saying this deck is for everyone. I don't think it's a deck for me. Like I definitely don't like decks with ley lines in it, but you do have a fair shot, right?
Yeah. I will share that I played a White Stompy, like rest in peace, Helm deck this week, and it went 1-4. So you can do it too. But I faced no Reanimator, obviously. So okay.
I remember like 10 episodes ago or something, I told you that the card I actually want to be running, or rather the type of card at this point, is Scavenging Ooze. Right, a card that's like,
wait, hold on,
pretty good on its own. Like not necessarily actual Scavenging Ooze, but Scavenging Ooze in the times when it was like a good card. that kind of card I want to run in the main deck. Like a card that's pretty good and then insane in the matchup that I want to target, but otherwise pretty good. That's the issue I have with like Helm and Rest in Peace and that kind of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you scroll down on the show notes, like I just posted a Cradle Control deck from Hello Newton. I think he 5-0'd with this like very recently. And if you look at this deck, this has so much graveyard hit already in the main deck. Like we have 4 Endurance main, we have 4 copies of Keen Eye Curator, which is basically Scavenging Ooze.
I really like this card.
And 4 copies of what's it called, like Reclaimer and Bojuka Bark. And then you have like what? Yeah, then you have Surgicals in the sideboard, I think, or like a Fairy Macabre.
Fairy Macabre, yeah.
And this is what I mean, right? Like this is like it's not the most like I don't know, it's not the most beautiful Cradle Control deck I've ever seen in my life, but it targets the metagame. Because like a quarter of the deck is Graveyard Hate, and then like
think about it, a quarter of the deck is fucking Graveyard Hate, and you're still like, I hope it's enough.
Yeah. Oh, dude, like there's no Natural Order in the deck. That's crazy. No. Oh wow.
Yeah, Natural Order is not Graveyard Hate unless you have some kind of like Natural Order for Endurance. Bam. Gotcha.
Hey, yeah, that's. So there's even a Crop Rot in the main for Bojuka Bark, dude.
Wait, that's Crop Rot?
Yeah. There's a one of Crop Rot.
But seriously, this deck is making me feel things. he picked. I think that's the what's it called? Tempest, the Tempest Forest.
I think so.
It's so hilarious, like how you can see those tiny little things.
Yeah, I can see
like
it.
The tiny strip, and you think it's the Tempest Forest.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, you people listening in. Anyway, it's like the tiniest of tiny things, and I feel I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway,
it is. This is one of the few decks that's good against Reanimator, I think.
Is it actually like not only like even, but you actively say this is good against Blue Black Reanimator?
I think so. Yeah.
So if we want to jump into the show notes, I have actually made a little section with loads. So just right above this, we've got some data from Joe Dyer. So shout out to Joe Dyer. He runs the Legacy Data Collection Project. Amazing work from him.
Support them on Patreon.
Yeah. And he put out a article fairly recently, just straight after the bans, like a week ago. And it's a really good article. I think it's one of his best in a while. And it's going over, it's called This Week in Legacy, Reanimator Lives On. So you can guess it's about Reanimator. And he pulled up all the data from matchups against Blue Black Reanimator. And he made different tables for the good matchups and the bad matchups. So the good matchups, I'll go through the percentages in a minute. But basically, none of these drop below 60%. The absolute lowest is 60% against Mono Black Reanimator, apparently. But some of these go as high as like 80%. So there's Bandit Control, Yorion, there's Beanstalk Control, non-Yorion, so similar deck really. Black Stompy, Creative Technique, Death and Taxes, 60 cards. Demir Tempo, Doomsday, Grixis Control, Grixis Tempo, Jessica Control, Mono Black Reanimator, Mono Green Cloud Post, Mystic Forge combo, Omnitel, Oopsal Spells, other aggro, which must be like Tempo decks, maybe.
Or maybe the Zoo deck too, like the Boros Zoo deck.
Oh, or like
the one we talked about a while ago. Yeah.
Oh, maybe, yeah, true. Black Red Reanimator, Sneak and Show, Soul Cauldron combo, which is basically Penta, I guess. Stifle Gnaw and White Stompy. These are like all 60 to 80%
basically
matchups.
The format. And like this is based on like a single challenge or what actually?
No, this is I'll need to pull it up to be sure, but this is quite a lot of data.
Because some of those matchups clearly are based on like very few matchups. You can just tell by
maybe
the percentage.
The 80%, yeah.
Yeah, also the 66.67.
This is from the past month of June, but lots of events in June. So that's a whole month.
Okay.
So it's not completely insignificant. And then below it, we have the bad matchups, which is Coveted Duel Combo, Cradle Control, Death and Taxes, and Stoneblade.
Cradle Control is like horrible as a matchup.
So the Cradle Control is 25%, so maybe it got played once. And Stoneblade is 20%, so maybe got played once.
Like how would it be 25% if it was played once?
4 times, sorry, 4.
4 times, yeah.
That's in my head. It was like it won 1 out of 4.
So you got crushed so hard. It's like not. It's like not 0. It's like 25. Okay.
So it probably went 1-3 against Cradle Control, and
yeah, it looks like it. And Stoneblade like 1-4.
But what I'm getting from this is like these numbers, just apart from the Death and Taxes, which is 26.32. Then there's Stoneblade at 20%, Cradle Control at 25%, and Coveted Duel Combo at 33.33%. Those last 3 are like just tiny sample sizes of winning 1 out of 5 matches, 1 out of 3 matches, and 1 out of 4 matches. So it beats everything, is what I'm reading, apart from like these small sample sizes. So there is nothing that's actually good against it. It's like classic Jund philosophy. It's kind of good against everything, but it has this free wins and this combo element. So, I mean, it's just too good. I don't know what else to say. It's good against everything. But it was great to read this article from Joe, because the stream itself, they said a few other things that were interesting. So they said they acknowledge Reanimator is the most played and the best deck, but it's hard to tell if it's like too good. They've said we've seen its win rate come down, but they didn't give any numbers of what actually came down to what. But we can guess that they're probably looking at something around 55%, because that's tended to be their threshold. But I mean, it's the numbers that Joe has is so different. So I don't know.
Which deck was that again? Remind me. I think that was the Run and 6 Rug deck back then that they banned right before GP Bologna, where they said it has like over 55% against every deck in the top 10. I believe that was like one of the most insane metrics. And now I look at this, and this is like 25 decks or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we need to also add that this has been the best deck for 2 years. People are trying to beat it. This is not like Breach, when people tried to beat it pretty hard after a few weeks, but it was still quite new.
But everybody had COVID and
Yeah, true. But this is like people are not trying to play Graveyard Hate. They are playing Graveyard Hate, and they're losing to Tamiyo and Baragos a lot, and it's just such a hard deck to sideboard against and be ready for. There's so many angles, and
even like the Uppsala Spires matchup is pretty good. Like, I guess as I would expect, but still.
I mean, it's so strong if you can just Thoughtseize their creature and then reanimate it and target them with the thing.
But you can do that?
Yeah. You need to have a
you pick a player. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to be careful, because they can then Memory's Journey in their upkeep if they have the mana and stuff.
I would have totally fallen for that.
Yeah.
If I saw that like in a tournament, I would celebrate that so hard.
I think you're not meant to do it if you don't have any counter magic, because then they upkeep Memory's Journey.
It would be even better. It's like I saw this in a YouTube video, but then the ad kicked in and I didn't actually see how it plays out.
You're just like, yeah, oops, whatever.
Yeah. I've seen this.
Yeah. Another interesting thing from the stream, though, Carmen said Entomb could be looked at in the future. It wasn't off the table, which I thought was an interesting comment. But the vibe of how they were talking was very much like they didn't want to hit old staples. They then said, I'm going off memory here, but I think they said Reanimate has a higher chance of being hit than Entomb. So
whoa, not my staple hashtag. Like if there's like Reanimate is way more of a staple than Entomb. Like Entomb didn't even Entomb was banned in Legacy until 2008.
Yeah, I know it was, but I think Entomb Reanimate is just a reanimation spell. Entomb is
the unique. Reanimation. I guess Animate that is the OG, but Reanimate is too.
I mean, it's cool, but like Entomb is unique. I think of Entomb when I think of Reanimator.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. And also, like, if they ban it, is there like any other format in Magic where you can play Entombs?
Probably.
I mean, like, no one plays it in Commander.
Pre-modern, I guess.
Like, what's the best thing you can Entomb in pre-modern, dude? Like,
Phantom Force, baby. I mean, yeah, it's like
Chroma. The answer is always like Chroma, I guess.
Dude, that
Phantom Nishova is good, yeah. La Quetus Champion or whatever it's called.
Oh god,
that's probably like a very obvious one that we're totally missing.
Probably, yeah. So yeah, I think like if you look at this Cradle Control, like it has like both covered, right? Like it has like the Graveyard Hate to stop the combo pop, but it also has like the super fair plan where like a White of the Reliquary, for example, just takes down games. You know, it's you keep phasing out opponent's creatures with Talon Gates, and you keep crushing. So
I just need to add one last thing to that bit before Entomb is banned in pre-modern, just so my pre-modern players that are listening and ripping their hair out.
Oh wow,
we are aware.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
So the card might drop a lot in price, but who cares?
Like,
right?
Wait. Like Entomb costs money. Like let me double check that.
Yeah, it costs like a few bucks, I think, but like nobody cares. Yeah. It gets banned.
It's been reanimated.
Like we're not talking like like dual land prices or things.
No, it's been reprinted a bunch. So
yeah.
Finally, from the interesting things from the Twitch stream was they then talked about Oops. They said the play rate and win rate of Oops has been fine for a while. Like it's since they said the last article a few months ago, they said they're keeping an eye on it, but they've said the win rate and play rate hasn't like changed too much for every weekend pretty consistently, and it's like not putting up the numbers that would require a ban. But they did say because of the way the deck plays and because of the speed of it and how resilient the current build is, they did say that the threshold needed to get a ban is a lot lower than something like a fair deck. So that shows that there is no criteria, there's no strict hard and fast number, there's no 55% that as soon as it gets hits, you're out of there, you're done. There's just they're taking a pretty measured approach, and
I like that.
I like that a lot too. Yeah, because like being strong is like one thing, but like having a good gaming experience is like the other half, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't mind playing against a deck that's obviously the S deck of the format if it's fun to play against it. Like let's just say, I don't know, if Cradle Control was S tier deck, I actually wouldn't mind, because
I love that. It's an interactive fun deck.
It plays Magic.
You have good games, yeah. You have good games, and I don't think, and that's like the sense dividing top philosophy, right? Like people don't want to have a bad gaming experience. Like why would you, like in your free time, like why would you sleeve up a deck and drive to a tournament to then have the shittiest day ever because you don't get to do your thing or whatever?
In the end, people would rather play against decks that they are slightly disadvantaged against and have good gameplay than play like a deck that's like 50-50 and the gameplay is just horrible.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Like it's basically like, imagine like every time you get up for work and you leave your house. Okay, Kai, I guess you're excluded from that. But every time and Callum is as well right now. Anyway, imagine like if you're at a job and every time you leave your house.
Damn.
Every time you leave your house, there's a guy who tries to punch you in the face. And sometimes he hits you and sometimes you punch him in the face. It evens out, but it's like a shitty life to live.
It's a great
and that's
analogy.
basically what
What the hell was that? Like,
I love it. That's great. He's saying sometimes you have Leyline in your opener, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
But then Leyline's not even good against your endmates because they just borrow it. Or
honestly, maybe Leyline should it's time for Leylines to become creatures. Like you start out with like a 4/4 in play.
No, it needs to have protection from blue and.
Dude, like I think
we
had
Shroud, Defender, and Reach.
Dude, we had that already. That was like this crazy Leyline deck in Legacy, dude.
Yeah, the kill for the first turn.
Which turns out, which is like all your Leylines into 4/4s.
Are you ready for Leylines to win us on the weekend?
I think the black and the white Leylines, I think they are legitimately good Magic cards right now. No? Okay.
I mean, yeah, I just don't even think Leyline is like that good. It's not good against blue-black decks, really, in my experience.
Don't they like play like 3 Brazen Borrows or something?
Yeah, 2 main deck always, and you still just lose to Tamiyo. Like,
there's a lot of Thoughtseize in Legacy right now.
Yes.
I will say that though.
There are.
You get Thoughtseize so many times on turn 1. It's almost like you don't want to take mulligans almost because you get
it feels like Grief again, but it's obviously not as bad as Grief. But
because it costs mana. Yeah.
Okay, Ever Spirit Guides, some Veil of Summer.
Well, I've been trying to come up with like just like how do I attack this metagame. I've been playing so many bad decks recently, but just to try things out, and I actually was been trying to put like Veil in a bunch of decks, especially Painter and stuff. But like it's just. If they Thoughtseize you and you're on the draw, you don't get to Veil. They see it and then they just ignore it. Like that's what. Whenever I play a Thoughtseize deck and I see a Veil, I just completely ignore it. I take something else and just don't play into it. It's really easy. So
and then you're like up 2 cards, not 2 cards, but like at least 1 card kind of.
Yeah, and then do you cycle it at some point? How long do you hold on to it for? I don't know. It's
right.
I think it's not as good as people think, but
I think if you want to, I think you have to check a couple of like check boxes basically for your deck to function. Like first of all, like your deck shouldn't fall apart if your opponent Thoughtseizes you, right? Like you should have like maybe like a higher density of like I don't know stuff to play, like action spells or like more tutors or payoffs or whatever. Like Junt-ish, where
flood them with meat.
Yeah. You just draw gas all the time. And your deck should also probably include main deck Graveyard Hate, and also your deck shouldn't be weak to Graveyard Hate. So like cards like Demonic Council, Goblin Welder, or like Unearth, like those cards you probably shouldn't play in your deck, or you shouldn't prioritize them at least, because
it's kind of funny. Like I was gonna bring up Cradle Dude, I guess I'm gonna call it Cradle Control for this episode. It's so stupid.
You're already into this, yeah.
You look at that deck and. Like, it basically, like, fulfills everything you say, except for, like... I mean, it's not weak to Graveyard Hate, but all of its creatures suck when you don't have Graveyard Hate. When you don't have a Graveyard, except for... Actually, no.
Not really.
You're right, you're right, yeah.
You're okay. Dude, you have, like, million, like, High Rocks and stuff, and, like, you can still crunch in for big chunks
and
of damage.
you also still have the activated abilities. I guess that's the big part.
Exactly. Yeah.
Dude, I kind of wanna get this deck now. It's so funny. Like most of our episodes, I leave with this impulse to play this deck, and sometimes I play it, and then it's so good, but I don't like. It doesn't end up fully catching me the way Painter did 3 years ago when Callum presented it. But now,
the forests are calling, the Tempest forests. But you've also like ended shows be like, right, I'm going to go and play a League of Merfolk right now.
It's like Merfolk checks like none of those boxes, right? Like no graveyard main deck. I guess it doesn't lose to graveyard.
There were times when Merfolk played like 4 copies of Relic of Progenitus in the main deck, and it's just like, what are you doing?
It's pretty good against Thoughtseers because everything's the same.
Yeah, that's true. I like that part. Yeah, I like that part.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean, right? Like decks like show and tell decks, Doomsday decks, like especially Doomsday. I wish like I had like 7 or 8 Doomsdays.
I'm sure you do.
Especially now. Yeah.
By the way, guys, help me out. What happened to Sky the cat? Sicey cat, whatever.
Oh, it's still good. It's still good, but
completely busted.
There's no room for it, I think.
Basically, the Keen-Eye Curator slot, right?
Exactly, yeah. You need,
Can't we just like cut stupid collector? Oof, I hate that card so much whenever I like draw it in that deck.
That you just that one-off slot is just like it's how you beat the Forge decks and stuff. I think it's important.
I don't play against the Forge decks.
Really?
Like,
lucky you.
What does that mean?
Like when I want to win the tournament, I gotta get lucky, and that means I don't play against the Forge, against the deck I didn't prepare for.
It's good against like quite a lot of decks, though.
That's like Julian and gentleman agreement, you know, like your opponent, like if they're on Can't Forge, they're just gonna swap and play pre-modern or whatever.
Julian's just like. You get the pairings, your opponent opens on like an Ancient Tomb, Grim Monolith, key untaps it, plays the One Ring. She was like, hold on. And she goes to the judge like, can we just repair? I didn't plan for this.
As you're talking to the guy who played like in a standard national qualifier in 2009, standard national qualifier, and I opened up with Workshop Trinisphere Go. And my opponent accepted it.
Fair enough. So you prepared for standard by playing a vintage
No,
deck.
I was actually going to play Legacy, but I went 0-2 drop in Legacy, and then the TO paid me to play in the national qualifier, because if they hit one more player, the top 16 instead of the top 8 will qualify. And I asked him, can I play any deck? He was like, yeah, you can, but like if you play something illegal, you are going to get a loss. And we're like, fine. Borrowed my friend's vintage deck, and yeah, then the best part was that the guy had no idea what Workshop or Trinisphere were.
I mean,
he was just playing some chunt deck.
But that's not even good against a standard deck.
Yeah. Because the first spell they're gonna cast us on turn 3, so
yeah, it's like all right, turn 3 here's a Tireless Tracker. Fuck.
Like I think I played some what's it called again? I played some stupid 4/4, and then he had that Bituminous Blast, and he cascaded into something. And
dude, you're so dead.
I think I had a Trinisphere, but I somehow anyway like
he just played like 8 lands and just got Bituminous Blast.
I could actually it.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Anyway, so yeah, I guess we're gonna lock in. Cradle Control is gonna top 8 at least. Honestly, like we already know that. Who always top 8s with some kind of elf deck in Eternal Weekend? Jan.
Jan, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
It was with Nardu Elves last time, right?
Yeah, something like that.
That's a deck which I just, whenever I've seen it or played against it, I've been impressed by it. It just feels like a pretty strong deck. But I think it's, I don't know, hard to play. I don't know, maybe there's some splash damage from people playing Grafdigger's Cages as well at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
The thing is, like, I just always, because I feel like, and we all know that feeling, right? When you go into Eternal Weekend, you think about so much of the stuff that's happening in the format, but I want to say like 40% of the field are just gonna be there and play their deck. Mm-hmm. And they're gonna like discover so many things that they had never discovered before, because they only play like 20 matches a year, or let's say 30.
I feel like the general players trended away from that a bit over the past 5 years or so. I think a lot of people are pretty clued in. I think just because content creation is kind of on the up for the last 5 years or so. Mm-hmm. I think people are generally more clued in. They know what's good or bad. They're still going to play the decks they like, which I think is a big part of Legacy. But they know what to expect, and they know that, you know, a deck they've chosen they like it, and it's not the best choice. But I still maintain that like Oops is going to be played in a lot less numbers than people expect at Eternal Weekends, because it's just
that for sure.
Why do you want to go to Eternal Weekend and play Oops? There'll be a few people that enjoy the deck. There'll be a few people that think it's good enough to play, but pretty low numbers really. So I'm personally just not going to prepare for Oops at all. But yeah.
Like imagine like you go to Italy, like this beautiful country of arts and everything, and then you play Oops as well. It's kind of like you guys know Goethe, right? The German, not only poet, anything really. He's basically the German Shakespeare, right? And he had this famous trip to Italy, like, I don't know, 300 years ago, where he like consumed arts and everything. And it kind of feels like if he had gone to Italy and then just written like rap battles and stuff, and be like, yo, fuck this, Italy, the best place, and stuff like that. That's what it feels like if you consciously put together Oops All Space and you go to Italy, to fucking Pisa, I think it is. And then you're like, oh, I got my magistrate spy.
I still maintain the fine line between Oops, haha, kill you turn 1 and a very good Oops player like Faulted Form is such a huge gap there. But
I didn't like a year ago or something for the last Eternal weekend. Like, didn't you guys actually tell us or tell me?
I was saying how good the deck is.
Yeah, the most difficult combo deck in Legacy at the point.
Yeah, and good.
Is it still?
I still think it's very hard to play.
Okay.
Like, again, the hands where you kill them turn 1 with a packed backup, whatever, those are not hard, obviously. But the ways to play around hate is impressive. Like, when they kind of flash back a Memory's Journey, getting back a Poxwalkers, make some zombies with Bridge from Below, and then they just put back 3 random cards, like a Reanimate or whatever, with the Memory's Journey, and then they kill you with creatures. It's just like, those are the impressive ones. I've watched Faulted Form and Jamie do it quite a few times. It's really impressive. I look at them like, how the hell do you beat Force of Will, Daze, and a surgical, and they just make some zombies and attack them? But it's very, very complicated. So I'm always impressed when it's played well. But yeah. So shall we move on to a couple of things that happened recently? So we had a big Legacy Showcase Challenge yesterday, which was the first one now that everyone knows what the metagame's been like for a while. The top 8's probably kind of what you'd expect. So we got 3 Blue-Black Reanimators, 1 Blue-Black Midrange, which was kind of like a bigger version and stuff. We had 1 Blue-Red Delver / it's like Tempo, so the Steel Cutter one. We had lands, which had 4 the One Rings, which is a bit different. We had Death and Taxes, which had 2 main deck Containment Priests, which I'll add to this as well. Our friend Jamie, he's been playing a version of like the Black-White Flicker Creatures deck with Failure the Dog and Overlord of the Murktide, Baletide, whatever it's called. Yeah. And 4 main deck Containment Priests, because it's really good with like Flicker Wisps and the dog attacking your opponent's creatures. And I like that idea a lot. He started 3-0 in the challenge and then the rails went off, but I like the idea a lot. So
wait, does the deck still play Ether Vial?
No.
Okay, I was just gonna say because those cards are a little bit like
it's
numbers.
It's not D&T. It's just like black-white shit creatures.
What's it called, dude? Like black and white. Like it used to have like a proper deck name.
Dead Guy Ale.
Dead Guy Ale, dude. That's the one.
I wanted to call it Sewer Shitters, but I don't know.
Okay.
But
also Blink.
Yeah, also Blink. God, yeah, that's the deck.
Dude, that sounds such like a modern deck to me.
Yeah. Oh, it is. Yeah. It is a modern deck. And finally, this is not in any order. We had Stryfo playing what I could
holy shit, that deck.
What I could only describe as a Stryfo pile. Julian,
this is like way too streamlined to be a Stryfo pile. This is like synergy. Like, did you look at that bird and that insect?
Julian, tell us what it's about.
It's all about like feeding the bird with the insect.
Yeah,
this is like a proper like food chain. Okay, so everybody
explain it for listeners.
It's today we brought what looks to be a 5-color. Holy fuck! It has natural order. Okay, here we go. We play 5 colors, a bunch of snow-colored basics, getting super strong PTSD from that. We have Green Sun Senate, we have natural order, we have Brainstorm, Force of Will, Swords to Plowshares. So first of all, you would think, okay, this is some kind of like banned natural order list, but actually we play a bunch of good stuff. Endurances, Ice Fang Codals, of course, I guess. And then the engine of the deck is an interesting card called Kishla Skimmer. It's a 2/2 flying bird scout for a green and a blue. Whenever a card leaves your graveyard during your turn, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. So it's a flying grizzly bear that basically draws your card almost every single turn. When you have the Mold Tender, another Legacy staple, it's an insect druid for 1 green or 1/1. it taps for the most powerful ability of milling a card.
Nice.
And it has a second ability that completely breaks it. Tap, exile a card from your graveyard, add 1 mana of any color. This is basically hyper modern Deathrite Shaman on steroids.
Yeah, totally.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And like with this, not only do you get to draw an extra card every single turn, you also get to make a mana of any color, and I'm still not sure what we need the extra colors for. Why is this 5 color?
There's no red. Well, there's like a Ureni, the song and ending in the sideboard, which is red, but you natural order for that. So it's 4 color, no red.
Oh, is this like the new natural order target de jure? This is like Ureni, the song unending. 10/10, flying, protection from white and from black. When Ureni enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control, where X is the number of lands you control, and it's like 8 mana to cast. You can even almost get there.
Oh, that's cool. That's almost like Atarka from like 10 years ago.
That's huge. Like protect from white as well, so no swords or solitude against these creature decks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big boy. Or big girl.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
there's a fucking Terrastodon too in the
Yeah.
sideboard.
Fucking
Holy fucking
Terrastodon,
shit, dude.
killing my own lands, getting
Why
in there
is
for
there
the damage.
Terrastodon in the sideboard?
I've been trying to think of it, and I think it's for the like big mana, like not just Cloud Post, but like the Planet X decks.
Oh,
I think.
right. You can hit lands too. Yeah.
So
That's huge.
I think it's for those, like the Karn, Mystic Forge, whatever, that kind of stuff.
I just want to kill like 3 of my own lands and have like 18 powers
power.
of not even trampling elephants in there.
You know what's
Yeah,
so broken? You can play turn 3 natural order off Malt Tender and sacrifice the Malt Tender. It's crazy.
If there was a Kraylin there and then a Carrion Ranger, you could even do it on turn 2.
That's literally any mana dog can do that. Yeah.
I know. But this is
oh
Malt
man,
Tender.
the more you look at this deck list, like the more you find cards that trigger the bird, like the Kishla Skimmer. Like you can endurance yourself. You can
Uro.
does it trigger if you escape Uru? I think it triggers, right?
Totally.
Dude, that's
when you
insane.
activate Keynote Curator on yourself.
Oh, why is there no Mystic Sanctuary in the deck, dude? That would be so good.
You can't play Mystic Sanctuary in a deck with 4
natural
Windswept
order
Teeth,
twice?
dude.
Can you even like put sorceries on top? I don't remember.
It's instant or sorcery, right?
Yeah, I mean this deck doesn't even have any. It has like very few sorceries. Because
But it has
Green
like
Sun's
7 good ones.
Yeah, but Green Sun's
Yeah,
also goes into your library, so
I guess it gets countered sometimes. You're right.
It also has
This
six
is
islands.
amazing.
This deck, though, is just like Chase has closed his eyes and put his fingers in his ears and completely ignoring that Bowmasters exists. Because like Bowmaster comes in and kills the Malt Tender, kills Ice Fan Coatls, then they all there's one already in play. The Kishla Skimmer, you're drawing more cards, you come in and kill them. Like, I mean, he does have swords and Force of Will for it, and he must have played against Bowmasters a lot, and Chase is a very clever guy. So I'm mostly in awe, but it's just funny that the deck just feels very weak to Bowmasters. But
yeah, I totally agree.
It's a beautiful pile. I mean,
honestly, like this
and
is
he
the
came
kind of deck that
third.
they should print like as a theme deck for Legacy, so people can buy it off the shelves and
It
be like,
feels
hey.
very Legacy, doesn't it?
Yeah. This is like Legacy what it used to be like in 2008.
Yeah.
Like
Fine, natural order.
I mean, this is really what the world needs to see. I think more often these days, I like decks like these, where you just don't know what's going on, like for the first 5 minutes, and then you still don't know what's going on. But
I wonder like how it works like in his head. Where does he like see the bird and he's like, I can abuse that? Or does he like see the Mole Tender and be like, yeah, I gotcha, baby?
I've gotta say, like in this Dragonstorm Takir set, like the cards leaving your graveyard and for benefits and stuff, like that was a theme, right? It's like Sultai themed, and I think they even had like a commander precon for this, so the theme is pretty clear and was kind of like. Yeah, kind of obvious. I think it was like one of the most like the biggest strategies in this set. It's just really cool, like cute to see this being ported into Legacy. Because
oh my fucking god, they made Sephiroth into like an Atraxa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. Like but you know these things like you can't rewind. I think like I'm at a point where I already accepted it that like there's gonna be lots of universes beyond, and again like as long as I feel like good gameplay, it's like I find it totally okay to play against like whatever like Warhammer and
You don't mind when like Jean-Luc Picard uses the lightsaber to strike down what's his name?
I think it's terrible if you get dazed by that like crab like SpongeBob dude. Like I think that's like one of those moments where we literally wanted to flip the table. I think, but a good daze is still a good daze, you know.
But the only thing, honestly, like between all of the abominations we have seen in the last 10 years, I think the only thing that actually triggers me are like the artless lands, you know, the full text lands. Like, how?
Yeah.
Like, what went wrong? Like,
I mean, that's a like 90% meme, right? And like Magic players love memes, so yep, that's for all the meme lovers.
I think the reason they play
you gotta
them
make
is...
the rest of your deck like totally meme. Then like have everything like, you know, artless. Just like this is an expression of the lack of joy in my soul or whatever. Like this is like it's all artless.
Yeah, maybe I should have like a rule book with me, like a Magic rule book.
Julian, you're feeding into it, Julian, because like they say they play these cards to tilt people, and I always reply like, no one cares, it's pathetic. And then now you're giving them the power back.
I wonder what's like worse, like playing like 8th edition whiteboard. Like when you're an actual good player, I love it when you have like basic lands that are completely all over the place that show you don't care in a way, right?
Yeah, draft box basics.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Like a friend of mine, if you're listening, you know I'm talking to you. For like 2 years, I genuinely thought he tried to make the ugliest Death and Taxes deck in the world. He used like always 4 different arts for all the different cards, and he used the worst pieces of art available for all the different cards, all the worst versions you can imagine, even for the basic lands. And I genuinely thought that was such a cool project because he committed to it so hard. And after 2 years, because I only ever saw him like a couple of times at tournaments, I realized, no, this man was actually like proud of this. Like he thought he was making something beautiful and amazing. And all of a sudden, like I completely 180 on that. I was like, this is the ugliest deck I have ever seen. Like this is not a work of art anymore. This is the worst thing you could put together. And I guess that like on a meta level makes it art again because it wasn't even intended to be bad. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just want to play, you know, old bordered cards.
I kind of feel like that with D&T a lot as well, because there's so many promos, and I've never liked promos or foils, like even before Universes Beyond and all these different things. So whenever D&T players would pimp out their decks a lot, almost the same as TES players, which is a funny balance there. But very often it'd be like, why have you chosen all the ones that I like the least? But hey-ho.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I think we already had these like moments like way back, like with like I for example, like I was never a big fan of the Color Dash Inventions, for example, when they came out, like the border and everything. Yeah, like they were too shiny and everything, and like, but that was like already. Like, I kind of knew, okay, if they do this kind of stuff and they did the expeditions and you know, like these like different border stuff, like more shit's gonna happen eventually. So I'm not even that surprised that Universes Beyond is taking over now. Yeah,
it doesn't bother me really either. Like I'm exactly the same as you. I'm playing the game because I enjoy the game, and I can have my own nostalgia. I can have my own artwork and cards that I like, and it's always been like that, really. It's just yeah. Just don't like those weird altars from that guy called Kai or something. I don't know. Hate when I play against them.
Dude, no, I was gonna like order 4 Mold Tenders now so I can alter them.
I mean, I do want to play this deck. It looks really fun.
Why would you need to alter what's already perfect?
Mold Tender.
Okay, actually, I gotta know what the card is in German. By the way, you guys go on.
Mold Tender, Insect Druid.
It's very cool.
Yeah, I wonder how often you can mill Uro. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, hit that one off. Easy.
What the fuck is an Exuvian-Behüterin?
Of course.
Is Exuvian like a theme or like a tribe or something in the new set?
But I think you pre-press the Spanish button, I think.
I bet the Spanish one makes more sense. Cuidadora de Mudas.
Perfect.
Mudas is, I guess, whatever. Anyway, that's I actually kind of like this. I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of like this, even though the artwork is weird and like it's new frame and everything. But
Molt Tender.
Yeah,
I think it's cool. I like it as well. Yeah,
should make like an old frame card of it.
Yeah.
So for next Eternal Weekend, Legacy winner gets old frame Molt Tender.
You mean like the card would be so good if it exile a card from any graveyard, not just yours. Oh man, dude, like that, like. it
would be called Deathrite Shaman almost.
Yeah, exactly. Like it would almost solve the format. I think.
I still think so good is quite a stretch, but it'd be better.
You know what I was
and
thinking?
it should be like a 1-2.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking during my lunch break the other day? Like, if Deathrite Shaman only made green or black mana, I think it would not be banned today.
Yeah, potentially, because they made blue and red a lot, didn't it?
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
feel like DRS is like
that.
the card that you could fix it in 20 different ways, and they all work. Like, make it a 1/1 or a 0/1, make it just so many different things. Anyway, make it lose 1 life, gain 1 life, all these different things. So that's the topic of the showcase challenge. So 3 reanimators is like about what you'd expect. Really, it could have been higher. In the top 32, there was 9 reanimators and 2 oops, which is
That's a lot.
Quite high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. So now it is kind of like nice to know what the metagame is, at least, even if it's not what we wanted, because I've been wanting to like start testing decks for ELM or Eternal Mania and stuff, and just like I don't know what's going to happen. So it felt like, we couldn't like start doing things, because if like Entomb did get banned or something, the format completely changes, which is exciting as well. But we don't have that. So now I feel like I can start trying things out for Eternal Mania and stuff. So, but you guys have Eternal Impact Returns coming up soon, right?
Yeah, we're going to be commentating on that.
You're commentating.
So,
do you get to play at all?
No. This time we're actually commentating remotely.
Oh, cool. Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you both coming to Eternal Mania, though?
I'll be there, yeah.
I'm not sure whether I'm going to come.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
What are you thinking to play?
Well, after seeing this, Stoneblade. No, just kidding. I don't even... Dude, like,
honestly, like somebody's actually going to Stoneblade into the top 8.
Wait, dude,
I'm going to predict it.
Ban Stoneblade with Bolt Tender and the Bird?
And Stoneforge Mystic?
Yeah.
What are you going to put in? Like Batterskull?
No, well, like, isn't there like isn't there like a graveyard sword or something? Maybe we need like a graveyard equipment that also beats on Darugorth.
Surely is one. Francis said today that he's been playing Stoneforge in Nadu Breakfast again, and he's like, Caldric cleanly killed Tamio just after she's flipped and plussed, which is nice.
By the way, Needon in our Eternal Weekend, Everyday Eternal Discord asked, do you think Tamio is going to be banned in the next 2 years?
Think so. Like,
really?
Like, dude, the card is definitely pushed. It's not broken, but it is kind of like scratching the oppressive threshold, I think.
Interesting.
And what I like is like how easy you can answer it with Caracas. I saw it like in Austria like the other day. That looked really cool. I mean, you can use Caracas to also save your Tamio, but you can also use it to randomly get rid of any Tamios. Maybe you should play more Caracas. I don't know.
It's awkward because as soon as it flips, then it's just done.
Right.
Yeah.
But like, I don't mind the play pattern, of the I'm gonna hold up Brainstorm for your removal spell and this kind of stuff, because it's interactive and it's a lot about like timing and when to play your removal, when to play around days, when to not cast Brainstorm or whatever. I think that part is I really enjoy, but it's sometimes a little bit too easy to flip Tamio and then just have your opponent on a 3-turn clock, I think. And then they're literally dead. I've rarely seen games where you ultimate and then the game still goes on.
No, it doesn't. I don't think I've ever seen it. Or like, I feel like maybe once, but no.
Like a lot of things need to go wrong, for you to lose that game.
She gets there just so fast. It's like,
what if you make like a Turbo Tamio deck where you play like Final Fortune, and then you draw your entire deck with Tamio, and then you play something whatever, like you can't lose this turn, and then you bypass the downside of Final Fortune. You will see. Like we have a couple of years to figure this out.
Okay. Can we do the classic combo of like Icecrown Scepter with Final Fortune and then Sundial of the Infinite?
Oh, that's pretty sick though. Yeah. Okay, welcome to Commander. Hell yeah. Dude.
Okay. Well, honestly, I'm actually it's kind of cool that we're gonna be seeing results of big paper tournaments coming up. So the first one gonna be the end of July at Impact Returns. Like we used to have like 200 people playing there, so I guess that's gonna be roughly about the same again.
Yeah.
And then also Eternal Mania, right? That's also where the ELM finals is gonna be happening.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I will be exactly I think in a month. I think in 4 weeks or so.
Yeah, I think so as well.
So what are you guys gonna be playing?
I don't know. I was playing a bunch of Bomberman the last few days just because I kind of wanted to, but with
Like with Monastery Mentor?
No, just like I've been wanting to play Agatha Soul Cauldron as well. So I tried a bit with I tried a 4-color version with Cauldron and then like Goblin Engineer for the Devourer and stuff. And I won with that combo a lot. I had such a sick play that came up yesterday where I was playing against Cradle Control and they had a white of the Reliquary that I needed to answer. So they had loads of blockers. So I had the Devourer under the Cauldron and I had a Goblin Engineer with a counter on so you could activate it. But they've got so many blockers to block it. So I got to use the ability to exile cards until it grew really big. And I had 1 Pithing Needle in the deck. So I had a Karn in play. So I got to exile cards until I hit the Pithing Needle, then -2 Karn to get that Pithing Needle and hit the white with that. Which is quite a fun play.
Yeah, that's always cool.
So I was trying that. There's also this new Final Fantasy card called Aerith, which is like 2 and a white, so a perfect stompy kind of color base. It's like a 2/2 with lifelink. I can't remember exactly everything it does, but essentially it's a 2/2 with lifelink, and whenever it deals damage, it gets a 1/1 counter. So you can exile a Walking Ballista with Agatha Soul Cauldron, put the counter on her, and then she can ping things, then she does damage. So it's like Heliod. So that's a combo as well. So I'm just I'm trying to find combo decks. Like Painter's just not been quite doing it. I'm probably going to end up on Painter, but it's not been feeling amazing for me recently. So I've been trying to find decks with good graveyard hate that's ideally part of a combo as well. But so it's leading me to Agatha Soul Cauldron decks and trying that out and things.
The Soul Cauldron looks really solid because like it does check the graveyard hate box, but it also does other things in addition, right? Like it's not just graveyard hate. It also pushes your game plan.
Exactly.
And I think like this is like the sweet spot of like cards you want to have right now is like not like Graphic Escape, for example, is kind of like the opposite, right? Like it shuts down the graveyard thing, but it doesn't really do anything besides that. But if you have like a White of Reliquary that can like fetch Bojuka Bog when needed, but otherwise it's just it's a big boy, right?
Yeah.
Like I think that and like I see some parallels too.
Yeah. Another card that has been really impressing me like in the last 6 months or 12 months is what's it called? Unlicensed Hearse. I know it's like
good card.
It's not like as combo oriented as Cauldron, but it actually beats like the Barrogoyfs and stuff as well. So because it's fast enough, so that card's really good. And then you kind of the games go really long, and you just keep exiling things. Then it's like, oh shit, I've got a 20/20, so you need to block this. So that's
Unlicensed Hearth I like a lot, quite a lot. It's also like a card that you would often see like in Delver Mirrors in the sideboard sometimes even. The Cauldron thing is so weird because I feel like Cauldron for what it does is better all around, but it somehow doesn't deliver a lot of times. Like I've often failed to actually see Cauldron decks doing really well, like consistently. Like in even playing with it never really fully wowed me, except for like the couple of like, you know, highlight clips where you do something in Paint with it. Yeah,
the times there's a bunch of games where it doesn't actually get to do its thing. It's true. It's
also turns out it's legendary.
Yes. I mean, I found out by playing a second one. I think everyone did.
I found out by playing a second one in paper and it was so embarrassing.
That's worse. That's worse. We'll find out.
By the way, it pains me that you just like so quickly jumped over Aerith. It's just like every Final Fantasy fan is like, you just said there's a card called Aerith.
Oh, so like, I've never played Final Fantasy and I don't know a single character.
It's just like it hurts so much inside that you just like jump over that. Like it's such a big deal. Like people, there have been like, I want to say like probably like thousands of forum posts of people arguing whether it should be like her first name should be translated with a TH in the end or an S in the end. Because, you know, Final Fantasy, like Square Enix has like put out Aerith and Aerith as translations in the past. And people like they fucking study Japanese to like argue about which way it should be translated. This is just like the level of Final Fantasy nerddom that we have.
Well, I'm going to put a fucking Walking Ballista behind her and she's going to machine gun down my opponents. So there we go.
Yeah, I gotta say, for as much as I absolutely love and dedicated parts of my life to Final Fantasy at times, like I haven't even looked at the set properly yet. Maybe I should.
I mean, they have a couple of cool cards.
I'm just like so scared that like they made a terrible card of a character I really like. Dude, I just realized I'm really going down the casual path now at this point.
You so are.
This is so terrible. This is what it feels like. Maybe I'm gonna like.
There we go. I mean, I had my Warhammer set. You get
Yeah, true. Actually, it's similar.
I've got
what
a whole binder of like loads of the Warhammer cards just sitting there because they look cool. So.
Kai, what is something that you are really dedicated to that has nothing to do with Magic that might actually receive like a set?
EDH?
Dude, I mean, like...
No, the EG...
That was a joke because you said not related to Magic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, I watched, like, shit tons of Pokemon back then, but, like, Pokemon already has its own TCG, so I don't know if there will ever be a crossover.
Maybe, like, Universes Beyond, like, Berghain or something?
Berghain, dude, I would buy that. Yeah, I want to be in the design team for this.
I wonder what they're going to make, like, what's it called? Marquardt, the bouncer? The famous bouncer? Like, he's going to be a card, for sure.
Impossible to beat. Honestly,
like they're gonna make a new card. It's like not Shroud, not indestructible. It's just like
the game's over.
To beat. Game like tap, game over, haste.
I mean, you can't enter. Period. Okay.
Du darfst nicht vorbei. Yeah. Okay.
That's funny.
Cool. By the way, Callum, what are these cards you posted there? The fuck is this in the show notes?
What I found really funny with the latest BNR is some of the standard bands. It made sense. It just looks really funny. So I wanted to. You guys probably know, but I want to say.
I don't know. So I'm the perfect.
Okay.
So we let you guess, Julian, because I know what happened in standard. Because I also actually frequently play standard.
Okay. So for the listeners,
I saw that they banned like 6 cards, but actually didn't look at which ones they banned.
Yeah, I think they did like 7 or so. Yeah.
So for the listeners, I've put in 3 cards. And Julian's going to guess which one of these is banned in standard. So we've got Kaito, Bane of Nightmares. We've got Hopeless Nightmare. And we've got the new VV Ornithia. Is that how you say it?
So I guess we got to read out what the other 2 do because Kaito is like kind of like a legacy card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the biggest... Like when I was reading this before I even read the caption you put above it. The fuck is Hopeless Nightmare? This is horrible. It's a enchantment for a black mana. When Hopeless Nightmare enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. Oh, and loses 2 life. I was like, or loses 2 life. Okay. When Hopeless Nightmare is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, scry 2, and you can pay 2 colorless and a black and sacrifice Hopeless Nightmare as an effect. It can even be stifled. Oh my god. Anyway, okay. I thought it was like discards a card or loses 2 life, which would have made it like the worst shock ever or something, I
mean, it's
guess.
still pretty poor.
It's insanely poor, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like this is draft chaff you wouldn't even play in draft.
Yeah. Then there's VV Ornithopter. It's like a legendary wizard, a colorless
Ornithopter.
Whatever, dude. I'm not even trying to pronounce this.
You know, my mind reads it as VV Ornithopter as well.
By the way, this is the Black Mage from Final Fantasy. I just realized. Anyway, so this is colorless, a blue and a red legendary creature wizard 0/3. You can pay 1 mana. You can pay 0 mana. Add X mana in any combination of blue and or red, where X is VV Ornithopter's power. Activate only during your turn and only once each turn. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a +1/+1 counter on this guy, and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So you cast, let's say, 2 non-creature spells. It gets 2 counters. Then you activate, you get 2 mana back, and you also get to shoot twice. It's actually pretty good.
It's a pretty good storm card, right? Like I think it's the most hyped commander card I think in this set because you can play this as a commander in a blue-red storm shell.
Yeah, honestly, I don't hate that card. I think that card is actually pretty good. The only thing that's holding it back is that it's like legendary, but I guess it would be completely broken if it wasn't legendary. So, like, my gut feeling is that this one is banned because I also know that like mono red was like insane in standard. So I'm gonna say that because Hopeless Nightmare is just like this would be the kind of card that would be in contention for the worst card in the entire set at some point. But
yeah.
So the first half you said was actually correct. Mono red was the best deck in the format, and it was super miserable because the games were over so quickly. Like they brought all the new like Final Fantasy fans into Magic, and then they experienced Standard, which is like a turn 3 format, right?
Welcome to Magic.
Yeah. Like like because the cards that got banned are so like embarrassing. Like you have like a pump spell that got banned, and you have like a 1 mana 1/1 mouse that got banned, and
Wait,
like
a mouse?
Yeah, and Corey Steel Cutter and like those cards because the standard was too aggressive, right? But then like they also banned a couple of other cards that would probably be a S tier
Afterwards.
After the takedown, like all the
next
rest
level
parts.
bands, basically.
I do
Exactly.
want to just add on to that in that same stream that we talked about earlier, they did say this is like a halfway through standard kind of rotation, so they wanted to make things fresh and make a new format, basically.
All right, Callum, take us away.
So it's a bit blatant because it's such a setup, because it's like so obviously bad, but Hopeless Nightmare is banned in standard.
Yeah.
This fucking
the thing is, like,
terrible draft
if I had to guess for money, I would have guessed this one because this is so obviously terrible.
Yeah. But
the thing is, like, if basically like trading for a card into life is not so bad. But like the 3 mana to activate, do you guys like not have any standards? Like, can't you do anything better with 3 mana?
That's the thing, Julian. You never crack this enchantment. Right. You keep bouncing it back to your hand.
There's tons of self-bounce in standard.
Exactly. Yeah. So you keep bouncing this Hopeless Nightmare.
Can you bounce like multiple spells at once? Because otherwise this is just like a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, you can. There are spells that
there's
bounce
basically
like multiple enchantments.
Like PO?
Kind of, yeah, like mini PO-ish.
There's another thing they do is like play temporary lockdown, put everything under it, and then bounce the temporary lockdown. Or that's the opponent's doing it and stuff. But also there's mostly like 1 and 2 mana creatures that are like 2/2s or 2/3 flying. The drawback is you have to return something, so you bring back the Hopeless Nightmare again.
Ooh, like the I keep forgetting about it. The 2/3 flying and Pauper.
So one of them is exactly that card, but it's blue.
Mm-hmm.
I see where people are going with this.
Yeah. So it's like an engine deck. Yeah.
So, I mean, I just wanted to put this in there because I thought it was really funny. If you look at Hopeless Nightmare, you would never, ever, ever dream that it's banned in a format. But it's just,
this is funny. Actually pretty cool. This reminds me so much of something I did to a friend where he hadn't been playing Legacy, Magic. Legacy was nothing ever since like the late 90s. And there was a time when Deathrite Shaman was banned, 2019. And I showed him, like, imagine he had not been playing for almost 20 years at that point. I showed him Emrakul. And then half an hour later, after he has like read Emrakul, I showed him Griselbrand, and I showed him Deathrite Shaman. And I asked him which one is banned in the second most powerful format in all of Magic. And he was like, this fucking guy, seriously?
Yeah, that's how these games work. It's like, when I sometimes get interested in like another game, I'll watch some, I don't know, I can't even think of an example, but I'll watch it thinking like, okay, what does this card do? Like, okay, Pot of Greed from Yu-Gi-Oh! I can tell that's good because I've played Magic. But if I hadn't played Magic before, I'd be like, I don't know, just draw 2 cards, like whatever. So you don't really understand, like, if you gave like a new person a vintage deck, they would have no idea what to do because it's like so many moving parts and all the blue cantrips and stuff.
There are cards in Netrunner. There's a card that's Ancestor Recall for 0 mana in Netrunner. And like the card is not being played. The card is actually considered really not all that good. It's just like maybe in some kind of combo deck, but even then it's really not good.
Yeah.
And that's also like if you come into some games of the Magic mindset and you realize, oh, this is like a lot of games in many ways, they share the same theme of constricted resources. And then you have to, maximize your use of those resources. But then you realize, okay, in Magic, like the resource is turns and land drops and cards in some ways, but some of them are abusable, and there's a tax to be paid if you want to abuse them, right? Like Explore or Divination or whatever. And then you come into a game like Netrunner, for example, is my example, where you have resources that cannot be abused, that are set in stone. For example, in Netrunner, you can literally only do 3 things a turn. So in Magic, it would be like, if you want, you can play a land, draw a card, and attack. And that's it. And if those were like set in stone, that you couldn't touch that, at some point drawing extra cards isn't all that good because you will probably end the game with like extra cards in hand, and those extra cards could have been like, relevant actions.
I mean, a cool way to change things is, so Kai and I have played this Degenerate Microcube a bunch recently, and Ancestral Recall and Time Walker in there. So the premise of the thing is you build a 15-card deck, and you need to win with those 15 cards. There's some ways to shuffle your graveyard back in, and you don't lose from decking. But essentially, you need to win with these 15 cards. So Ancestral Recall and Time Walk are pretty poor because you start the game with half your library in your hand already, and then you're going to draw the rest of the cards if the game goes on that long. So like Recall is just not that good. So like it's a pretty low pick. So it's just funny how things can change it.
It's funny. What I like about it, like, is how it like breaks up your brain again and like makes it think about the stuff that used to be like set in stone in Magic, but can actually be fluid in some ways.
Yeah.
How do you guys actually play that Degenerate Microcube? Just like between the two of you, or is there like an extra platform?
You're meant to play with 8 people, but we worked out how to play with 2. You can do if your heart's into cube, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, we did like entire draft plus best of 3 between
we drafted
tournament rounds.
while we had 5 minutes waiting for a cab.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
dude. Best format.
Yeah,
maybe.
We need to like all play it. I'll bring it with me to Eternal Mania.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. You've got one as well, Kai?
I have the same cube.
Cool. I can bring mine
here.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, I guess, guys, that's gonna be it for today, right?
I think so. Yeah.
By the way, nobody asked me how I am.
How are you, Julian?
Okay, how are you, Julian? Oh shit! It's gonna be another hour from now.
No, it's all fine. It's all fine. I was just like thinking about how I had somebody basically drill stuff into my skull.
Nice.
And that hurt quite a bit. No, I got a tooth implant the other week.
So not quite into your skull.
No, not so much. I dropped the last reminder of a former girlfriend of mine who basically like cost me a tooth, and then I guess this summer I figured, you know what, let's get it replaced.
Nice.
So, no, she actually didn't strike me. She was a dentist, but she didn't do the best job. Anyway,
you're saying all these stories, then actually they didn't actually happen. And
I'm actually going to come back to you guys. Like, my name is not Julian. Like, this is completely fake. Like the last 10 years and something.
This is also not the Everyday Eternal podcast, but like it's always been the Serum Vision podcast.
What was your name on that big thread on the source years ago?
Frank.
Frank.
People, like, actually, I got doxxed. Like, people realized I was. The best part was. It was so obviously fake that my name is like Frank and I grew up in Somalia and everything. And Rodrigo Togoris, shout outs to you here. He just like at some tournament, we were sitting next to each other and we were waiting for a judge call, I think. And just like Rodrigo looks over to me and just says in German, because he speaks German, "It's so weird to me that your real name is actually Frank." And like it took me like two seconds to realize he was like referring to that thread on the source from 100 years ago. It was like,
funny.
Like you're immediately caught in the position of, do I use this? Do I like drive the story even deeper? Do I make him believe even more? Or do I just like, do the rug pull and like, it's all fake? But yeah, I was so surprised. I just like couldn't hide it. And I told him it was all fake. Or was it? That's the next level, right? You can never know. Anyway, guys, was an amazing time.
Yeah, very good. Alles gut.
Yeah, alles gut. Very good. Very good. Take us away.
Oh, am I taking us away?
Yeah, to the end of the show.
I scroll into the show notes. Hold on. So if you want to...
Who was actually hosting the show?
Go on, Kai, take us away.
Kai was actually hosting the show today.
Yeah.
If you want to support Everyday Eternal, please consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or supporting us on Patreon.
Where can people support us on Patreon, Kai? Because I didn't put that in the show notes. Patreon.com/everydayeternal.
That's right. Yeah.
We're gonna practice that. So everybody, thank you so much. If you wanna see more of us, actually, Callum, do you still post our episodes to Twitter?
Yep, I will do this.
Okay, so you can find us at EternalMTG on Twitter, and also shout outs to our big Eternal Witness and Grizzlebrand tier supporters: Franco Boli, Connor Clark, Kane, Alex Crow, Tim Everett, Testacular. By the way, I gotta hit up Testacular for some new Cradle Control lists. Sebastian Hullager, Sean Dewey, Stephen Bush, Jim Monolith, Cassandra Davis, Rachel Scherer, Connor Clark, Tristan Mayshark, Tom Zischka, and Severin Schwarzhuber, and our top Grizzlebrand tier supporters: Evan Lazar, Tom Hepp, Harry Houdini MTG, Ian Seefeld, Joe Brennan, and Colonoscopy. Thank you so much, and see you, I guess some of you, at the next big tournaments coming up. Bye-bye.
See ya.
See you, everyone.